My dear friends, welcome back to BSpice. In this session, under Back to Basics, we'll focus on the difference between Layer 2 switch and Layer 3 switch. The reason for uploading this is the next one, the big one is coming up, Yokogawa Centum VP DCS architecture. So there I talked about this layer 2, layer 3 switch. So that's the reason for you to, understand better. I'm just uploading this. Okay. So yeah, I have noticed of late now people are, disliking also. See, when you, before you dislike, just think about the work, the amount of research, the guy who is preparing put in this each video, friends. Don't just go with the dislike and in an unprofessional way. Of course, if you can tell me the reason, yes, we are here always to learn and improve. Okay, thank you. So let's get on with the details. Layer 2 switch versus layer 3 switch. Intro. Okay. In networking, switches plays an important role, right? Yes. So because of a large amount of data communication between devices, network switches have always played an important role, right? So network communication happens on the basis of OSI architecture. And hence it is important to understand OSI layers to determine the type of network switch for usage, right? In fact, we also talked about OSI in detail in a separate video. You can watch if you are really interested. Okay. So two of the most widely used network switches are layer 2 and layer 3 switches. Okay. Before going into the details of other aspects of the difference, let us focus on the network switch. It's just like a story. Consider a case, two Ethernet switches to be connected. Each of the devices has its local communication port, isn't it? So they wanted to communicate with each other through that Ethernet, right? So just connect a cable directly between two local ports and they will start communicating. As simple as that. Okay. Consider a case, four devices in the network wanted to communicate with each other. Now, a device cannot have four local ports in it. And if it has to, then how complicated to create network by just directly connecting between devices and making so many loops. Just imagine, right? So for this scenario, a device called a network switch is used. So a network switch has many Ethernet ports on it, right? To connect four devices, just connect a single cable from each to this switch. As simple as that. So this means the switch will have four of its ports occupied through this, and due to this configuration, all four devices can communicate with each other. This is the very simple configuration. Okay, network switch. Now we'll focus on layer 2 switch. Okay, before going into the detail, what is layer 2, friends? Layer 2 switch, I hope you have watched my previous videos on DCS architecture. Therein I covered this. Layer 2 switch is used within the domain, okay, within the network. Layer 3 is domain to domain. Okay, that's it. Layer 3 is for larger networks, right? Okay. So now let us focus on layer 2. Okay. So layer 2 is established based on OSI architecture. Of course, I don't know whether you have gone through it. If you have not gone through, you can also watch that video. You can get benefit there. Okay. So there are 7 layers actually, OSI, right? Physical, data, network, transport, session, presentation, and application. So each layer has its own function, and layer 2 switch is one of the one that operates in the layer number 2. That is the data link. Okay. So in the data link layer, MAC address of the device is defined. Just remember, friends, MAC address. MAC address. So when a device wants to communicate, it will pass the destination MAC address to the layer 2 switch. As simple as that. So the switch will browse the network for destination address and send the data to it. However, Layer switch cannot communicate with device of different IP address range. So that is the challenge. So this means if a device has an IP address of 192.168.1.23 and other has 192.168.2.45, both are not in their range and have their corresponding subnets. Okay. So this means that first device can communicate with the device having an address range from 192.168.1.1 to 255, and second device can communicate only with the device having address range from 192.168.2.1 to 255. Okay, so a layer 2 switch can establish network based on same IP address and identify devices by MAC addresses. This is the point we should remember. Again, I repeat, layer 2 switch can establish network based on the same IP address and identify devices by MAC addresses. Okay, so that's about the layer 2 switch. Let me see, I can tell something more on this. Yeah, yes, for the usage ideal for creating a local area network and handling traffic within single network segment that is within the network. That is a point. It supports VLAN, MAC address, filtering, basic network segmentation. Okay, so now we'll go to the layer 3 switch. As I said earlier, layer 3 is more of a domain to domain. Okay, so layer 3 switch is the one that operates in layer 3 basically, layer 3 network. What is that? That is a network actually. Okay. So primary role, it uses actually in the network layer, the IP address of the device is defined. So there it is a MAC address, here IP address. And of course, when you talk about usage suitable for larger networks that require inter-network communication, okay, such as connecting multiple LANs, right? Right. When a device want to communicate, it will pass the destination IP address to the layer switch, not the MAC address, right? So the switch will browse the network for the destination address and send the data to it. This means layer 3 switch can even send data to a device of different IP address range, different IP address range. Thus, that is the point. So to do this, we'll have to define the DNS address in the device and switch it. Okay. So what is this DNS? So basically DNS is nothing but domain name system. Okay. Essentially the address of a DNS server. Okay. So DNS server basically what it does, translate the human friendly domain names. Okay. Into IP address, friends. That's it. That computers use it to identify each other on the network. That is the okay. DNS convert domain names into IP address. Okay, making it easier for user to access websites without remembering the numerical IP address. Okay, good to go. Right. So DNS address will interlink various network easily. Apart from DNS, it can also interlink different gateway range devices. Okay, so this is about the layer 3 switch. Okay, maybe I'll add a bit on. I think I covered everything. Yeah, yes, I covered everything, no issues. Then now we go to the actual aspect of this video. So I've taken some criteria like, addressing. So layer 2 use MAC address, layer 3 IP address. Application, of course, layer 2 for small and medium size, layer 3 for large, vast amount of interlinking. And when we talk about configuration, layer 2 is easier and layer 3 is comparatively not easier. Yeah. So routing function, there is no routing function in layer 2. And of course, layer 3 has advanced security features not available in layer 2 and layer 3 has. And speed is very fast layer 2 and this is comparatively not fast. That also we need to take note of. That's all friends about this layer 2, layer 3. I hope I got some insights. Yeah, if you also feel the same, you can show your support friends by either way, by pressing the thumbs up button or by subscribing, whatever you want to do it. Just remember, Okay. Before this slide, just think about the work and the amount of time spent for this video, friends. Okay, thanks a lot. And big one is coming up, the architecture, wherein I'll talk about the Yokogawa Center BP and so many aspects related to the next generation IO. All this I'm going to talk about that. That is why I uploading this layer 2 6 video. Okay. Thank you and take care. Bye bye.